Hey everyone, it's Mona here at Craft Klatch, and today is Friday. That means it's another Coaster Friday. Today we're going to do some Alien Halloween coasters. We're going to make the Alien coaster, and for this I'm going to take one of my regular coasters just to give me an outline. And that's just for size. And it's real easy. All I'm going to do is come down and give him a chin. And then you can reshape this a little bit if you wanted to. And this will still give you plenty of room for a mug or a glass. You can transform it a little bit. You can go even a little bit narrower yet if you wanted to. It is purely your call. It's whatever aliens look like in your brain. So here's our basic outline. And then what I'm envisioning, and this is not going to be exact right now, are two eyes. And my placement may not be correct. This is just to give you an idea of what I'm thinking. I'm thinking something along the lines of that. But all we need is this to give us our basic shape at first. Then I'm going to just cut it out with my scissors. And I'll take it outside, use it as a template to trace it on my wood. Then we can get started making our little green men. The aliens have dried, and what happened is the first time I used key lime, and it was about that color, and I ran out. So then I had some green apple. I sprayed over with that, and so this is the color of our aliens now. I drew a shape for an eye that I think works. And I'm going to cut out 4 pieces of vinyl, and I'm just going to cut them out by hand. It is the Cricut vinyl that I'm using. You could use whatever vinyl you want. But all I'm going to do is trace it on there, cut them out. And this guy's got a little bit of a rough complexion, but hopefully you won't see that once we put the resin on. But if you do, why wouldn't aliens have bad complexions too? So I had this black vinyl left over, and it's really plenty for what I need. So I'm going to trace this onto the back of the vinyl. And I'll do 2 going this way, and then I'll flip it over and go 2 going the other way, because I would like to have symmetrical eyes. Then I'll just cut them out with my scissors. And you can cut them with your cutting machine, but I thought this is simple enough that I can just do it by hand. So I think I'd like it just like this. Now I'm just going to peel the backing off of the vinyl. So when you get them roughly where you want them, press it down. I'm going to add a couple of nostrils and a mouth. Here are the aliens so far. Now we're going to put on a layer of resin. The aliens have a quick coat of just some black paint on the back, and that's just to seal it. It's not to actually make it a solid black or anything, because we are going to put cork on the back. But I have painter's tape, and I'm going to cover the back with painter's tape. And this will just protect it from any resin overflowing into it. or onto the back. I'm going to burnish it down just to make sure it's got good contact with the wood. And I'll flip it over, take my craft knife, and just cut off the excess tape. Okay, just like this, and now it's protected so we can put our resin on there. So I have my aliens raised up on a cup, and I have the tape on the back, and I have mixed my resin. I'm going to pour it right over each of them, and I want it to go down the sides so that the sides are protected as well. Okay, then take your stir stick, spread it around. Again, make sure you get the edges covered. Then you want to take your lighter, pop the bubbles, and you want to let this sit a minimum of 12 hours before you handle it. And you're going to want to take your stir stick and just go around the bottom edge every once in a while. Even though we have the tape on there, it will just be easier if you don't have big globs hanging off of there. But if you do, it's not the end of the world. You can work around that as well. Our aliens have cured. So now all I have to do is remove the backing. And I'm just going to run my craft knife right along the edge. And this has been curing about 12 hours, so it hasn't fully hardened, and it's a lot easier for me to just get right through it with my knife. And once you get through it, you can start to peel off the tape. Now that I have it all cleaned up, I can add the cork. So I have a couple pieces of cork, and it's just from Shelf Liner, and I'll have a link to that down in the description below if you're looking for it. You can use felt as a background or anything you want to do, but I want to put a protective background on here. So number one, it looks finished, and number two, it protects your table. Because this is wood, this is not like a smooth resin on the back. So what I like to do, even though this has a sticky back and is probably enough, I like to add a bead of glue around it. And that's just to help it from peeling at the edges eventually. So I'm going to pull the backing off of the cork. See, it's quite sticky. Put him on there, press it down, and then I'm just going to take my craft knife and on an angle, cut around the alien. And there you go, there's the front, there's the back, it's protected, and this glue will dry clear so you won't even see it. And now you have an alien coaster. Here are the aliens all finished. We got the cork on the back, everything is good. And you can see where I had the paint problems, like on his chin and stuff like that. So it looks like he's got a little 5 o'clock shadow coming in or something. I hope you guys like the aliens. Be sure to let me know what you think of them down in the comments below. I hope you guys like the alien coasters. They're kind of fun. And I think the glitter vinyl is kind of cool too. I think it added a little bit to it. But they're pretty basic, pretty simple, and fun to make. So I hope you give them a try. I hope you guys have a very happy Halloween. If you haven't yet, remember to subscribe so you don't miss a thing. And also remember you can find me on Instagram, Pinterest, Facebook. I have a Facebook group also, so if you guys want to join that and share your stuff and get feedback from other people, please do that. I have that down linked in the description below as well. I will definitely see you next time. Remember, life's too short not to shimmer, so grab your glue gun and your glitter. Stay safe. Bye, guys.